What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be talking about if the Indianapolis Colts should trade for Julio Jones. Now, before we get into that, if you're new, please click the subscribe button. It would help a lot if you did so. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified when a video goes up, as well as when we go live. If you like the video, smack the like button and let me know in the comments below on if we should trade for Julio Jones. So, it seems like Atlanta has openly said we're trading Julio Jones without saying flat out we're trading Julio Jones. They've never denied if Julio Jones was available to be traded. They've always pretty much said that they are trading him. So he also hasn't been on any of the marketing, it seems like, for this upcoming season with the tickets and whatnot. So it's pretty much all but guaranteed that he will be gone by June 1st. I do not see them keeping him past that point because of the money they would have to pay him, I believe. And they have Calvin Ridley, who has proven he can be a number one receiver. Still young, still very, very talented. So Julio Jones seems like he's the guy that would be traded between the two. He is 32. That is something that we do have to keep in mind. And I'm going to pull up his numbers because he was injured last season. He did play 9 games. And out of those 9 games, he had 51 receptions out of the 68 targets. He had 771 yards, averaging 15.1 yards per catch and 3 touchdowns. Now, this is out of 9 games. This was the first season since 2013 where Julio Jones did not have over 1,000 yards. But I guarantee you, if he would have played a few more games, he would have had over 1,000 yards. He's still a very dominant receiver. It's very difficult to stop him at times. So that is something that we all should keep in mind. Like I said, 2013, last season, he didn't have over 1,000 yards, but that is because he was hurt in 2013. He only played 5 games, but had over 500 yards. Still very dominant. So honestly, every year but his rookie year, he should have had over 1,000 yards. And you could argue maybe he would have had over 1,000 yards his rookie year because he was so close. So now there is also something in mind. I believe Atlanta wants a second-round pick as well as a third-round pick for Julio Jones. That's the rumor, at least. And, would Chris Ballard make that type of trade? I know a lot of people say, well, Chris Ballard doesn't like to give up draft picks. He likes to get draft picks. Well, while that is true, let's look at the past 2 seasons. Let's go to last season. Carson Wentz gave up a third-round pick as well as a conditional second-rounder that could become a first-round pick. Look at the year before. First-round pick for DeForest Buckner. Both trades seem like they're going to work out very, very well. DeForest Buckner had a great season this past season. I expect Carson Wentz to have a great season, and I'll make a video tomorrow talking about Carson Wentz. So he has given up a lot of draft capital in the past, but there is a difference between Julio and those guys. Those guys seem like they can give you about 10 years guaranteed, it seems like. Maybe not DeForest Buckner, but he can give you probably 8 seasons at least. But Carson Wentz, if playing well, should give you 10 years because quarterbacks seem like they can play longer and longer than they have in the past. Julio Jones, I don't believe, will play 10 years. I believe he'll play less than 10 years. However, I do believe he can give you about 5 seasons. And if he can give you 5 high-performing seasons, I think making that trade would be wise. Now, another reason why I think this is going to be a different situation compared to other seasons is it seems like Chris Ballard is starting to make those big moves. I mean, you look at, like I said, Carson Wentz. It's a big move, especially to compete for a Super Bowl. You look at the Eric Fisher signing. That's another big signing, especially if it works out. Was the money huge? No. But you got an Eric Fisher. That's a pretty big statement. So we're adding big, dominant Pro Bowl type players to this roster. I think, Julio Jones is not out of the question. Now, do I believe Indianapolis will trade for him? I think they're going to throw out an offer. I really do believe so. They threw out an offer for Stafford. Didn't work out. They threw out an offer for Carson Wentz. Got Carson Wentz. I do believe they're going to do the same with Julio Jones. Now, does Atlanta take him? Because we do got to keep in mind, this is the Falcons trading Julio Jones. I think they're going to look at the worst team that is out there right now and the team that they believe will have the worst record out of all the teams offering this, trade package. Because if they can get a high second-round pick, let's say they trade him to, I don't know, let's say the Lions. Okay, so Atlanta trades Julio Jones to the Lions for a second-round pick and a third-round pick. Let's say the Lions finish in the bottom 5. There you go. You got a top 5 pick in the second round, So that's pretty good. And then maybe you can package that to get back into the first round. So then you have 2 first-round picks this upcoming draft. I think, honestly, that is something Atlanta would consider doing. So I think they would prefer to do that type of a trade compared to an Indianapolis trade offering the same package. So that is something we got to keep in mind. Now, should the Colts trade for Julio Jones? With that all being said, 32 years old, was hurt last season. Should they trade for him? And to me, looking at our receiving group, I think they should. And the reason why is simply this. For one, you can never have too many receivers. The more really good receivers you have, the better. And 2, I think him and T.Y. can really help some of the other guys we have on the team. Now, obviously, that hurts the chances of like a Michael Strawn making the team. Now, do I believe he'll make the team still? Absolutely. Even with the Julio trade, I think he'll jump ahead at some point. I think Michael Strawn offers a lot of talent. But there's some guys that would have made the team that won't make the team and in the receiving core and whatnot. So that is obviously going to hurt their chances. But I think with Julio Jones, if he can give you even 2 years of success, you make the move. You make the move because I think adding Julio Jones really makes this offense from a really good offense to an elite offense, because now you're going to have T.Y. Hilton, who really turned it on towards here. You would have a Julio Jones who gets 1,000 yards a season, even in his 30s, he can get you 1,000 yards. You look at Michael Pittman, he should have a big year. You look at Paris Campbell, if healthy, he should have a big year. You have, Zach Pascal should have a pretty good year. So, for me personally, I do think the Indianapolis Colts should trade for Julio Jones. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No. I don't think it's going to happen. I honestly see a different team coming out there and making a trade, and I think Atlanta's going to go with the team they think is going to be the worst team out of all the teams that are offering trades. So, me personally, I do believe Julio Jones should be somebody the Indianapolis Colts go after. So, thank you all for watching. If you're new, once again, hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, click the bell icon once again. That way you're notified when a video goes up as well as when we go live. Like the video, smack the like button, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts on if we should make this trade. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.